Hey, hi. I am Ismael Vargas. You might recognize me when you see me in some of those videos. I am from Costa Rica. I am the owner of Vargas Landscaping and Maintenance. I have been doing landscaping maintenance for several years. I would like to go back a few years back since I grew up in Costa Rica with my grandma and my grandpa in a farm, a small farm, a self-sustained farm. I didn't know there was a self-sustained farm until I grew up and then I moved here to California, and now I realized that wow, we grew up in a self-sustained farm, organic farm, and we ate what we produced in the small farm with my grandma and my grandpa. When I was 8, I started riding horses and helping my grandpa with the cows and the oxes and prepare the soil, working with the very simple tools to prepare soil and cart, car and oxes carrying products from in the farm, bananas and sugar cane and many other products, rice, beans, and other products that we produce in there. Doing that when I was 8 years old, I started getting more into nature. I said, wow, this is nice. I start liking plants. I start liking all those plants that my grandma used to grow around the house. And I remember my grandpa used to tell me, no, those, the plants, planting plants and for color and all the little plants that you are helping your grandma, that is not for a man's work, that is girl's work. You need to work fixing fences and working with the oxes and riding the horses and do all the other heavy work in the farm. But I listened to him, but then inside I was telling myself, no, I like plants. I want to work with colored plants. So it happened that I get out from my little town. I went to study high school, junior high, high school, university. And all that background is in agriculture. So I became an agronomist in Costa Rica. I worked for 4 years for the government. I worked 4 years with the farmers, helping the farmers to get in trouble and making no money, because farming is unless you do it in a very technical way and intensive way, extensive way, you make money. And sometimes you need help from the government, like here in the United States, piece of cake. But then I got in trouble in Costa Rica. I got married. And then I came here to California, and then here in California, no field in agriculture for me. My very little knowledge in English. Like you can see, I cannot talk well. I cannot talk English at that time either. To think about 38 years ago, I just say yes and no, like this. That was my talking. Perfect. Then I decided now here in trouble, I had 2 kids, I need to survive, so I think a part of the landscaping business comes in a way like a survival. Or you do it or you're going to be in a hole. So I start looking for to build my own business. I worked for 7 months for different companies, and then I decided one opportunity to show up where I can start working in landscaping, and I talked to my wife, my ex-wife now, and I said, okay, I think I can do it. I can do landscaping maintenance and also tree pruning and planting. And then since that time, 36 years ago, I start my business in landscaping. Then once I I started maintaining a condominium, and then I pick up a few houses, and then I decided to go to school. I got 3 or 4 or 5 certificates from Fullerton College about in horticulture, landscape design, sprinkler system design, and landscaping maintenance, and some other titles in there that doesn't make too much sense. That I don't think they're not that important anymore. But anyway, I had a background in landscaping. Now my experience working with a lot of people with knowledge in landscaping, and being in touch with professors from Fullerton College and some other places, and talking to my colleagues and no colleagues, colleagues. Um, so I improve my knowledge, and now I am doing the work that I do nowadays. Is I think it's a high quality work. I have a lot of knowledge in tree pruning, and I I believe that I have the knowledge that I have it by nature. I just born with that ability to do tree pruning, and then I love to work with the soil. So I like to do the right thing with plant material and landscaping maintenance. I know a little bit about chemicals. I don't like chemicals, but I try to use uh, chemical that will be more like organics, and something that will be more beneficial to the soil and to the life in the soil, to make the soil more alive, because then in that way plants go to grow better. So now I'm pick up all that knowledge, and now I think I am still surviving, but I'm surviving a little bit better. And I believe I will be doing landscaping work for a few more years. Tree pruning is my passion. Is my the knowledge that I through the years I have been making it better and better and better. So I am one of the best of the pruners around Orange County. So perfect. So I just wanted to give you 2 hours of introduction of what I've been doing. I was thinking to do just 2 minutes, but it come out to about 2 hours. But please look at my videos, and you might see things interesting in there that you can use and you benefit. See you next time.